A warm welcome to the Week in Review. This SKNIS produced program is geared at highlighting the work of the Government of National Unity for the past week. I am your presenter, Jamiela McPhail. St. Kitts and Nevis is relatively small compared to other countries. It is poised to be amongst the best performing economies in the region. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, made that disclosure this week at the National Consultation on the Economy on Wednesday.
St. Kitts and Nevis, we accept, is a small country, just 103 square miles or thereabout, and about 50,000+ citizens according to the last census report. So we are small in terms of our population size, and equally we are small with respect to our landmass. And yet the reality is that St. Kitts and Nevis as a federation is punching well above our weight, with one of the highest growth rates in the Caribbean and the Americas achieved in 2015. Give yourselves a round of applause. For 2016, St. Kitts and Nevis is projected again to be among the best performing countries in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, CARICOM, and the wider CDB borrowing member states. And while we are projecting a growth rate of just above 3%, countries such as the United States of America, the World Economic Powerhouse, and Canada are recording growth rates in 2016, put at 2.2% and 1.4% respectively. The currency union as a whole is projecting a growth rate of just above 2%. There is no doubt that St. Kitts and Nevis then is moving in the right direction.
The Prime Minister, who also serves as Minister of Finance, noted that while the country is progressing well, there is still a lot of work to be done in order to bring about a better quality of life, higher paying jobs, and more entrepreneurial opportunities for the young men and women in St. Kitts and Nevis who want to progress in their lives. The Government of National Unity continues to push a prosperity agenda so as to ensure that each and every citizen of the Federation receives their fair share.
We know there are many young people who want to make it on the straight and narrow way, and who want to make it by fair and honest means. That is why we introduced the Fresh Start Loan Program to provide affordable financing to the small and medium-sized enterprises. Already, the government, through the courtesy of the government of Venezuela, we have been able to put forward the initial tranche of some $16 million to that program. And during the course of this quarter, we expect that a further $30 million will be raised by the Development Bank to continue the Fresh Start program. This will be the largest tranche of support ever targeted to the small and medium-sized enterprises for any period in our history.
This year's National Consultation on the Economy of St. Kitts and Nevis, which is spearheaded by the Ministry of Finance, saw a different approach, as it focused on listening to the inputs from several social and economic partners from the public and private sectors, as well as civil society.
We are doing things differently this year in order to reflect our belief in participatory government. And we want to increase the level of input that our key stakeholders have in driving the prosperity agenda for the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. We value your views, and we are also keen to hear about how And through partnership and innovation, we can make the best of our limited financial and other resources in order to achieve the greatest impact.
Acting Chief Medical Officer, CMO, Dr. Hazel Laws, has sought to shed some light on the health hazards posed by the Zika virus to citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. She did so while appearing on this week's edition of Working for You.
Zika virus, it's a germ, a flavivirus, that an individual can pick up after being bitten by an infected Aedes aegypti mosquito. Now, it causes a viral illness that is characterized by a low-grade fever, a generalized rash affecting different areas of the body, feelings of malaise, lethargy, and the individual can also complain of joint pains, muscle pains. Another characteristic feature is that of conjunctivitis, non-purulent conjunctivitis, redness of the eyes. So these are the main symptoms of Zika virus.
I heard also that it is probably asymptomatic, in the sense that you can have it and you don't know that you have it.
Yes, a number of infected persons, actually the literature suggests that as many as 70 to 80% of individuals can contract this illness and not exhibit any of the signs and symptoms that I've just outlined. So that's possible.
The acting CMO noted that St. Kitts and Nevis and the region on a whole are faced with a number of health challenges, and the Zika virus is one of the emerging infectious diseases that is posing a serious threat to the Federation, as well as to other islands in the region. The People's Employment Program PEP on Thursday, September 29, 2016, celebrated the graduation of 71 interns. These interns have been training for over 4 years. The graduation ceremony, which was held at the Newtown Community Center at 5 p.m., featured interns who have been trained in several areas, such as cosmetology, graphic arts, office administration, and early childhood development. After 4 years on the PEP, all interns who were based at the Newtown Community Center were informed that they will finally be assigned to the regular workforce. They were assured that not only would they continue to receive their stipends, but that they will be given the exciting opportunity to use their skills garnered from the extensive training in finding meaningful employment. Since the September 1 announcement, over 75% of the interns have been placed in permanent jobs. The others continue to receive stipends. Premier of Nevis and Senior Minister in the Federal Cabinet and Minister responsible for Labour, the Honourable Vance Emery, has emphasized that the population must work together to meet the demanding needs of the globalized world in order to continue the economic growth of St. Kitts and Nevis. The aspect of cooperation is captured in the theme of the annual National Consultation on the Economy, which is working together, accelerating growth, and building resilience. It was at this event held on Wednesday at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort that Premier Emery made his case.
That key to all that we are doing, working together in accelerating growth and building resilience, there's one very important element which we must focus on, and that element is the human element. Often we speak about the technology, we talk about the vehicles for achieving growth and development, but the vehicles will only be effective if we can create a mindset among our people, in our people, that they in fact, and we as the human element, have the responsibility to make those vehicles go. Whether it is ICT or geothermal or other businesses, financial institutions, the key for us to make our economy grow has to be our people.
Minister of Human Settlement, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, has congratulated the staff of the National Housing Corporation, NHC, for its dedicated service to the institution. He did this during brief remarks at the New Testament Church of God to commence the NHC's week of activities as it celebrates 20 years of national service.
To the management and staff of NHC, I also express my appreciation. I express my appreciation. I admonish you to realize that all things come from God, and to Him all thanks and praise must be given. Therefore, how appropriate it is for you to have a week of activities commencing with a church service right here in the city of Bastia, so that you could put God first in everything that you do. Some members, of course, sharing this service with us have been working with the institution for 20 years, the lifetime of this institution. And I want to say a special thank you and give them special praise for being able, for their loyalty, for their continuity for 20 years with the institution.
Meanwhile, the minister also encouraged the private sector of St. Kitts and Nevis to be a part of the housing sector, which is expected to continue towards the growth of the economy of the Federation. Minister Hamilton stated that while the NHC has constructed over 2,000 homes over the past 20 years, the private sector would now be given the opportunity to invest in the housing sector.
I want to tell you that this government is focused on private sector-driven homes. NHC cannot build a home for everybody. And so I want to encourage people in the private sector to be creative, to be innovative, so that you can provide the housing solutions that the nation demands. My ministry recognizes that home construction is one of the most recognized indicators of economic growth, and we acknowledge that no government, no matter where you are, can engage in construction to the extent that you ruin private sector involvement in this important indicator.
The Federal Ministry of Education in St. Kitts and Nevis is taking steps to improve grades in a number of subject areas that have been described by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean K. Richards, as a cause for concern. The main subjects identified were English language, mathematics, information technology, integrated science, social studies, and visual arts. A breakdown of the worrisome trend was provided during a recent national address on the performance of students who sat the May to June 2016 regional examinations set by the Caribbean Examination Council. You have been watching the SKNIS produced Week in Review. This program is geared at highlighting the work of the Government of National Unity for the past week. Thanks for watching. See you next week.